I read this. I imagine I've been hard on Poke again. This in turn means I've made things difficult for her sister. If Poke and I are oil and water, Clary is our emulsifier. She certainly makes us a better team than would mixing through shaking, although sometimes I would like to shake Poke. Jokes aside, suppose my own fear of never finding the eye prompted my argument with Poke. That would be immature of me. I should apologize. At least to Clary, who could tell Poke. That's a coward's way out. What is that term you just said? Anne?
So I'm using it in the term or in the context of intersectionality. Intersectionality as a concept basically is queer liberation is only one part of the grand project for social justice, and queer positive works that are also still misogynistic, whether intentionally or not, are still bad and a problem. And praxis is a fancy word for like the implementation of a theory. So in the theory of social justice or queer liberation, queer rights, it is integrating multiple ideas together instead of just saying, I'm going to make a novel about my experience as like a gay man and not think about the intersection of like homophobia and misogyny. So, and that's something that anyone can do. It's just, I think men in society are not as like trained to think about it as much as women have to. Even queer men.
Like I just found it in like I guess to me I was expecting like a deep dive into the subject of but I just got literally the same thing I always read or usually I'm just like but they just gender swap the love interest. I was like, oh right, because they're still people, duh. Why would that be any different?
It's still people, still the same culture. It's just you're writing from one perspective or another.
I was like, oh, I feel that was a
I would recommend The Left Hand of Darkness. That is a very interesting book. By Ursula K. Le Guin.
So my big O.
Yeah, what was your big O?
Was when you explained praxis, and I was like, so there was in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, there's a pair of blades that you find through some quests named Theory and Praxis. And I was like, oh, that's a
Wonderful.
funny way to spell practice, right? It's like but yeah, okay.
But it is a thing relating to theory, yes.
Got it.
Anyway, sun's about to explode.
Yeah, it's fine.
These things
You
happen.
explored everything according to the thing.
Yeah, that's what I was checking, right?
But in this meandering thought process of me just staring out of a window as I thought about this, because that was I thought of She-Ra, and then I thought of those books that would just gender swap identities. I was like, oh wait, okay, so I guess my goal would be to read a book where they have queer characters and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's the thing. Queer authors can tend to write from that perspective, but queer authors also write wish fulfillment stuff all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's not bad, but it's not like it's not like everything a queer author makes is gonna be
gold or like
a discussion on being queer.
It's just like, listen, sometimes I just want to write about hot guys that I think are hot. You're like, you know what? That's fair. Got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's not that that's bad. It is a question of like, when you say there's no major female characters, that's an issue because that's like the inherent misogyny of the society we live in. And it's like what you'd want is a queer story, but there can also be women and they can just be around.
Who was the writer for She-Ra? What was their name?
Well, Noelle Stevenson is the like creator showrunner.
Okay.
It's a TV show, so I'm sure it had a writer's room.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Oh, you going to the?
I gotta get the warp core.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you go to your ship's log real quick, actually?
Don't fall into the
Oh
sun.
my god.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Oh
What?
no!
What's the problem?
I didn't think about this.
Alright. Why?
River Road?
I know,
What's the
but...
bottom right branch?
Ruptured core?
Oh, that's the interloper. Gotcha. I was seeing how everything interconnected, and then there was just these three things on their own, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's the interloper.
Oh, you know,
Yeah,
just the
they're
death
just
of
by
a
themselves,
just
you
the
know.
death
Yeah.
of a
There's nothing
society.
linking them.
Yeah, I was also looking. You only got one question mark left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Yep, that is where we're going. Oh, I would recommend. Well, I would recommend landing first.
Yeah, gonna land on Ash Twin.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of. I think a lot of.
Okay.
This always happens when we get close to these planets.
It's gotta load a lot of smooth.
Trench run.
Star Wars.
I think a lot of people who study like theory and praxis use the word praxis without explaining it at all.
Mm-hmm. I've never heard that.
And I'm sure there's some grander cultural connotation of the term, but the way I understand it is praxis is the implementation of a theory.
Where is the everything?
Oh, it hasn't stopped drain. It hasn't started draining yet.
So the entire planet is a sphere of sand.
Yes.
There we
Yep,
go.
it is.
Yeah, the only thing you get is at the poles. I do want you to take a look. Oh, never mind. I was saying take a look at the ship's log to see what the high energy lab mural showed.
I mean, okay.
Because it shows what the towers look like. That one. Zoom in.
Enhanced.
Yeah, the murals. So you got the sun, you got the twins, you got Timber Hearth, you got Brittle Hollow, and you got Giant Steep.
Uh-huh.
So that's what they look, because that was referenced in the black hole.
So
forge.
do I have to warp into it from one of those?
Pretty much.
Got it.
So you've warped to Timber Hearth, you've warped to Brittle Hollow, you've warped to Giant Steep. I don't think you've warped to the twins from Ash Twin before. So,
Oh,
but you're gonna be waiting for a while.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna put your ship on the pedestal.
I wouldn't advise parking your ship there.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, no the sand. Oh yeah, no the sand.
Yeah.
Then you're parking your ship on the top of the world.
Wait.
I would
that
park your
better?
ship on like the 2/3 line of the equator of the planet.
Right about.
I would park your ship on the Tropic of Cancer of Ash Twin.
Right there.
Yeah. Yeah, Left Hand of Darkness is a really interesting book. And it was written a long ass time ago.
I like that the quantum moon is given to Giant Steep.
That's funny. Does it change when you look away?
This is a good question.
What?
Ask her as long.
Ah.
No, okay, that was just coincidence.
Was just extreme coincidence.
Oh yeah.
That's great.
Feldspar is the spaceship.
Yeah.
Alright, are we there yet?
Oh, I've heard of this book. Okay, yeah.
It was written in 1969.
Yeah. All right.
That's an old book.
What?
God,
what
you
am
wrote
I-
that real young.
What's wrong?
Am I just waiting?
Yeah, you gotta wait for the
Yeah,
warp.
you gotta wait for the towers to unbury themselves.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Bye, interloper. Bye, interloper.
If you need to do this again, you can land at Church Camp and rest at the campfire for a couple minutes.
Oh, okay. But shirt's on empty.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
fly over.
Yeah. Because you can accelerate time at the at campfires.
Wouldn't this planet be a molten mass of glass this close to a star?
Probably.
Okay.
This planet also wouldn't function. It's a video game.
Not if this planet were to scale.
Oh yeah. If this planet were to scale, almost certainly there'd be enough atmospheric drag.
We are on Mario Galaxy
for them to have collided together ages ago.
I understand this.
As Toxin said, I just gamer relate. That's, yeah.
That's what you did.
I say things in video game terms. People understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta dumb it down so my stupid nerd brain will get it.
Yeah.
Universe small. Mario Galaxy small.
Oh, by the way, Richard.
What's up?
Toradora is on Netflix now. You should give that a shot.
I sure will now.
Yeah.
I had to. Crunchyroll's being a super asshole, so I was like, you know what? I don't feel like this right now.
Yeah. Toradora is on Netflix as of like 2 weeks ago or something.
Wow.
Speaking of books and giving things a shot.
Oh, right.
I finished reading a book.
This is the one I'm thinking of.
Did you finish reading Mistborn?
I sure did.
Oh,
how'd you like The Last Empire?
It's pretty good.
Last Empire is a dang good book.
Listen, I don't know why this has happened right now.
If you go watch the VOD, the last VOD for Spyro 2, you'll see that I called that ending.
Oh yeah? I didn't see the whole thing, so.
Basically I was talking about whether or not, like, spoilers for the book, if anybody cares.
Specifically Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson.
Brandon Sanderson, Mistborn Book 1, The Final Empire.
Yes. I essentially called that, what's his name?
Lord Ruler?
Lord Ruler was essentially pulling a Lord Genome from Gurren Lagann. He was holding them back.
Yes, yeah. He's been holding them back.
I called that.
As last Tuesday, when I was talking to everybody at D&D, I literally said the term, "Hey man, isn't it cool when a villain, as you kill them, he goes, 'Hey, fuck you, bitch! You don't know what you did.'"
I mean, not only is it cool when a villain did that, like, goddamn, am I committed to those being my final words?
To anybody or just
to anybody?
Yeah,
don't know what you just did.
All the better if someone's murdering me, and I get to say that.
Wait, well, if it's just of old age, you're just gonna yell it at space?
Yell at some clouds.
Okay.
Yeah. Why not?
He's watching the spirits surround his bed, and you're like, "You fool, shouldn't have taken me yet."
Is this even the right tower? Did I start exploring for towers?
This is not the equator is where all the towers are.
I should start exploring for towers.
Yeah. You've waited long enough. There's probably some there. Best thing to say to mess with somebody, you've made a huge mistake.
I was holding it back.
I was holding it back, yeah.
Oh, hey, look, the towers.
Hey, look,
is that
right
the Twin
there.
Towers? Is it just...
That's the Twin Towers.
This isn't... We're not on Brittle Hollow, so I can't say I'm a good, but...
You do not want to park on the equator.
But I don't
ever.
I don't need my ship anymore. You think that's far enough?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, so the first book I read very much as a, like, I am passively reading this, and I'm not thinking too much about any of the implications of the stuff that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And both of the
No.
The twist with Lord Ruler, spoiler, being a different dude.
Yeah.
That got me good.
Yeah.
Careful,
well,
you can get slurped from
so
here.
I was...
Well,
I wouldn't say suspecting it, but I, like, thought about that once. Where it's like, oh, that guy hates him. I wonder if... Well, that's probably not what happened. That was, like, my thought process.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We're playing Asteroid Project, the High Energy Lab at Ever Twin's Equator. And Moss and Ever Twin. Gratitude. Hey, it's Cody. Energy Lab is the building with large solar panels. Surprised I didn't see it. Imagine our otherwise immensely covered Coney would lose his own head if it weren't anatomically possible.
I mean,
Impossible.
it is, but you can only do it once.
Okay.
True.
Yeah.
I need to be on
the
the
other
right.
thing I discovered. So turn around,
Yeah.
like stand in the doorway and look, and just wait. Like look at the warp.
Right, but
warp point.
am I on the right one?
I mean, this is the one for the twins. This is the twins tower.
There's two of them though.
There are two of them.
Do they both go to the same place?
Well,
Or does one go to one twin and one go to the other twin?
one goes to one and one goes to the other.
So...
Experimentation.
I mean, trial and error.
Also, be careful, the sand's coming.
You can hear the sands. Don't go outside.
Like a tornado shelter.
Yeah, why not? Except those already exist in the game. Sand.
But isn't that how I warp?
Uh-oh.
Well,
Kidnapped. Oh, freedom. So, take a look at the other tower.
You're dodging that cactus very well.
Good work. This one, I think, has a ceiling. It does. This one has a functioning ceiling. But the second book was the book I read, like, okay, I was really surprised by the twist.
yeah?
I will not let that happen again.
Oh.
I will discover everything.
Yeah,
So I very much actively read the second book. Second book's good.
Alright, I mean, I'll get there.
All those books are good.
Depends on what... chat's asking if a ceiling ceases to function, then is it really a ceiling? Depends on what the function of the ceiling is.
It also depends if you want to say, is 70% of a ceiling if it's not protecting you from the elements like it was designed to do? At what point does a ceiling stop? This is the ship. What's the thing called?
Was the point of the
Ship
ceiling...
of, this is the question about the Star Trek teleporter all over again.
Oh?
Yeah.
If the purpose of the ceiling was to crush the person that's under it, if its ceasing function, as in falling, was its intended purpose, then was it successful, or did it fail?
The ship of Theseus.
Ship of Theseus, yeah.
Yes.
How do I... No, you did. This is correct. You're doing the right thing.
Yeah, you just gotta wait for the orientation. You can always hear the sand. There it is.
Oh, but this one has a working ceiling. It won't abduct me. Instead, I'll just work.
This is true. Are you familiar with the ship of Theseus?
There it is. Wait, no, important things are happening.
Oh, that's a warp. Where'd you go? Well, you're on Ember Twin. There goes Ash Twin.
This was the wrong one.
Go back.
I think you gotta step off of it fully.
Go back.
Now
Get
you
it.
know which
Oh
one's
my
which.
god. Ooh.
Yeah, it sucks every time.
So I have to just embrace the sand then.
Essentially.
Well, recall what you read at the Black Hole Forge. Recall that diagram we were looking at.
Oh, do I have to go steal this?
No, you can't lift those up. Not the high energy lab, the Black Hole Forge.
Right.
As a reminder, they said that
It should activate.
the portal's open in a 5-degree window.
So it should activate before the sand kidnapped me.
Or, at the very least, there's some time. No, I mean, it didn't activate last time when the sand kidnapped you.
Well, you also
maybe
wasn't
you
staring
don't
up
know.
at it.
Is it right afterward then? Do I have to stare up?
No, you don't have to be looking at it.
Oh, okay.
So you probably just want to stand under something. And wait for the right moment.
Okay.
Yeah, Ship of Theseus is a thought experiment in which there's a ship, and then The mast gets broken, they replace the mast.
Oh, that one!
And
Is
the
it
hull
the
gets
same- is it
damaged,
the
and they
same
fix the
ship?
hull. Yeah, at what point is it not the same ship if
everything is
over the
replaced?
course of 5 years you've replaced every single part of it? And that's the thought experiment around the Star Trek teleporters.
And it's a dumb thought experiment in case of a ship, because
Yes.
it's not about the physical ship.
Yes.
And that's
it's about the idea of the ship.
It's about the idea of the ship.
Oh, so you're gonna run that air?
Yes, I will. I suppose I could just go to my ship.
Well,
Actually,
we could wait.
Yeah.
Or I could wait, because once I warp, I'll be in an oxygen environment.
Hopefully.
Well, and if I'm not, we'll just do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's, when does a ceiling cease to be a ceiling is a kind of version of that.
It is, sort of. Only if you repair the ceiling.
60 seconds.
Jump, oxygen.
When does it activate?
Go, go, go.
Really, now?
Oh, I think you missed it.
Really?
Oh, you missed it.
I swear you had to stare at it as it was...
You don't have to look up for them to work.
Okay. Well, go get the air now.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Oh, okay.
Or you do this. I always looked at the angle of the sand, and once the sand is rising completely vertically, I just run up. You've made a huge mistake.
Back. You're like, okay. All right, buddy.
Yeah. Star Trek Teleporter. So, it is funny. I was reminded of something that happened in the last stream where I mentioned that in Stargate, the teleporters explicitly don't work that way.
Yeah.
And Richard, you remarked you want to ask something about that. I have no idea if you remember that at all.
I like it because the Star Trek ones was the ones that they break you down and make you go to the other end, right?
Pretty much.
So what was the Star? I want to ask. So what's different with Stargate?
So in Stargate, there are doorways that make wormholes.
Oh, okay.
And they're explicitly wormholes. And since wormholes are bends in space-time, it's not disassembling you and then reassembling you on the other end.
You are just moving.
You're just moving.
You're just moving.
That's fine.
Whereas, yeah, Star Trek, they are full-on taking you apart and putting you back together.
I hope they don't have like an arm or chest.
Undershot target.
Or end up phased into the ground.
That would
or
be bad.
Slightly out of phase.
Or, oops, we didn't delete the old copy.
This happens sometimes.
It happens a lot, apparently.
It happens in one episode.
Yes.
So, as I mentioned, you can land on at Church's camp and rest. And if you just rest for like 4 minutes, there should be enough sand gone.
Right on his head. Oh no.
You could also do this at the campsite before you get in your ship, too. But then I don't know. Like, the cadence of just getting in the ship and going to the planet is so easy.
It is. I think resting here is fine.
Hi, Chert. Doze off.
For how long?
3 or 4 minutes should do it. If you want to be extra safe, you can do it in 2.
I will do it at 2.5. I balance between extra and regular safe.
Yeah. So, that was added in a patch after launch. That is just shutting down every visual component of the physics simulation and letting the physics simulation happen at an accelerated rate.
There's
But because this game runs on physics, it has to do it that way.
Yes, it has to. Can't jump.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, the Thompson Towers.
Yeah.
That's the one I want as well. No, it isn't.
Yeah,
Yes, it is. And then I need to be down this way. Oh.
No. Whoopsies.
I thought I was safe because of that.
No, that's the other one. Space. Other things.
We've done a depressingly small amount of dying in space today.
It's true. We have not died in space, friend.
Wait,
the ship that one time.
I got eaten and my ship blew up.
Yeah. Your ship blowing up was a death that I've never seen before, so... I've never seen the ship blow up because of an engine getting damaged.
What was that?
That's me not getting sucked out into space. I can just stand on this thing.
Well, then you won't be on the platform.
No, but I can be here.
I mean, it'll still suck you up into that, though.
I have to be on the platform.
Yeah, not just above it.
Why doesn't it just warp all?
That'd be wasting it.
Yeah.
I have experience with unusual vehicles. Yes, I do drive Halo Warthogs.
Halo 1.
The nudge.
Warhogs. They nudge you.
It's the nudge. I gotta stand right here. There won't possibly be a cactus. Alright.
You remember.
Raised onto the cactus. Like, oh, how could I've known?
Who could have seen this coming?
How could I've ever predicted?
I can only loop through time.
Yay. But can we hear the sand? We cannot yet.
There it is.
Yep.
It's approaching.
Slowly.
Alright, just say when.
Surely. I will see if we can figure this one out. It's supposed to give you a visual indicator, and it wasn't, which is why I was hesitant. Now.
Alright, look at this crazy shit.
This is some crazy shit.
It's the core.
Look at all
There's
this
your
shit
ship flying by. 8 minutes. Exactly 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
14 minutes until end of cycle transmission. Look, some masks.
3 that are active.
Yep.
And that's where I came from.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's where I'm going. Here we go.
Yep.
Oh, more lore.
More
do it.
lore. Finish the evacuation of Ash Twin. Or excavation, sorry.
Excavacuation.
We evacuated all of the sand. In this space we carved, we will craft our most ambitious project yet, the Ash Twin. Powerful enough to send information back in time. Also finished evacuating all the subterranean plants we met while digging.
Reclocating is to move something and then make it stealth.
Yeah.
Stealth cactus.
That seems dangerous.
Especially if it's cactus.
And we keep our eyes on how significantly we've alter the environment here. How far have we come since our experiments at the high energy lab? Still could hardly believe that Raimi's hypothesis was true.
How much would it suck to invisibly walk into a cactus?
If you're invisible, that's just unfortunate for you.
No, I mean,
Yes.
if the cactus was
Hope-
I
Send
know,
the warp
but you
core
said
for the
invisibly
fun.
walk into a cactus.
Either,
Cast stealth. Cast
would
invisibility
you
and then
just
jump
wish
onto
you
a
were
cactus.
unconscious?
What?
Would you just wish you were unconscious? or maybe dead. Who knows how fast you were walking? Hey.
Now Ash Twin can be connected to Giant Steep, where Cassava is making the orbital probe cannon.
Yeah.
Hypothesis: it was not by accident that the core of our warp tower was the last to be forged. Hypothesis: the cores could have been forged faster if Cassava hadn't interrupted my work less frequently and asked for updates. The important part is we're all connected through Ash Twin now. Also that I'm no longer needed. You're mediating your disagreements. Our friends on Giant Steep tested the orbital probe cannon today. Mallow tells me the cannon is doing well, and that Avens advocates for more launch power. If anyone can coax maximum power from a device, Evans can. Then if anyone can goad the device into exploding, that too is likely Evans. Perhaps I should check with the orbital cannon crew in interest of safety. Would it help to be reminded Evans that Mallow, his love, will be the one of the norm right above the cannon, or is Mallow part of the problem? Phlox and Dax finished the memory statues today, and they're truly remarkable. When Ash Twin succeeds, or in the event it fails, the memory statues will activate, allowing us to gather more data before we shut down the project. Pi and Hidea have worked hard on the Sun Station, and is the last complete. If everything goes as planned, the structure will prompt the Sun's explosion, which will in turn supply power to the Ash Twin project. I'm impressed by their mental fortitude. This was the project's most difficult task in more ways than one. We're nearly ready to activate the Ash Twin. Here's what will happen. First, the Sun Station will fire at the Sun, prompting it to explode. Using energy from the resulting supernova, the Ash Twin project will send the order for the probe cannon to fire back in time by 22 minutes. Exactly 22 minutes after these orders are received, the Sun Station will again trigger supernova and send the probe data from this cannon launch back in time. In total, each cycle created by the Ash Twin will last 22 minutes. You can end this cycle at will. These words are difficult to write. The Sun Station did not work. Suppose we redesign the Sun Station. To generate power of that magnitude, a supernova is still our only viable option. However, this is the closest we have ever been. The project is theoretically sound. We're unable to power it. Perhaps there is another way. I believe we can find a way to create a supernova, my friend. Don't lose hope. This is easier expressed than accomplished.
I will blow up a star.
You can wait for the sun to explode in its natural timeline if you prefer, but you'll need to find a way to halt our aging process. It was all their plan to turn themselves into skeletons.
Yes.
Oh dear.
We are halting our research into creating a supernova for this moment. A comet has newly arrived in the solar system and we're anxious to explore it.
Great.
It's been a very long time since we last explored somewhere new. So we're excited to welcome the comet. Imagine what knowledge might be gained there.
Imagine what death.
You stole it from me.
You have read all of those.
Yeah, these are all just copies.
Okay.